Tonight the Stars Revolt by Gardner F. Fox, originally published in Planet Stories, March 1952. Read by Jon Gill. Part 7. The street was dark, except for the moonlight shining faintly through the serrated rooftops, and reflected gray and dismal from the rounded edges of the cobblestones. Angus and a cowled man made a short dash, ran into the shadows, and trotted at a slow pace. Above them a sign creaked on rusty chains. Angus looked behind at the huge stone bulk of the citadel where it rose from solid rock, wall piled on wall and turret on tower, the battlement upon bastion. Beyond the citadel, the thin, delicate spires of the palaces towered over the clean, fragrantly perfumed upper city. Up above there was no swill. There was no stench of rotting garbage. The partitions did not know what roast dishite looked like on a greasy platter, or how broiled kolob smelled, or what awful stuff them vintners sold in the big mart. Angus said, "I still don't see why the Herarch brother's sending me after the book. He has a lot of scientists who'd do a better job at finding it." The lips of the man twisted in the darkness of the cowl. "How do you think the dictator keeps us penned in the citadel, Red Man? He has spectrograms of each of us in his palace, attached to his central controls. Every once in a while he has his captains check on our locations. When the vibratory beams touch us, they reflect our spectrums on the visiscreens. If one of us is out of place beyond the limits of Car City, that is, he sends a patrol to find and capture us. We lost several good men that way before we grew resigned. Once a scientist is captured by the dictator, he is destroyed, instantly." "Isn't there anyone else to help you?" The scientist showed his disdain by a twitch of the lips. "Who?" "One of the people. They'd run so fast to betray us, a Thedohound couldn't catch them. They hate the dictator, but I think they hate us more." Behind them, the shadow of a man with a zigzag scar on his face disengaged himself from beneath an overhanging cornice and slightly followed. Angus and the scientists went through the narrow streets, down stone steps and across a great square. To one side, the red lanterns of the Spotted Stag Tavern glowed, and the shouts and roistering laughter of men mingled with the shrill, excited laughter of women. The scientist glanced about him nervously, wet his lips with his tongue. "I don't like this section. It's too near the wharves. There are other rats than the four-legged kind." A blackish, blunt object in the big hand of a half-naked man bounced from the skull of the cowled one. Angus went forward, left hand looking. He caught the big man on the side of the mouth and drove his head sideways. His right fist was crossing as his left landed. He hit the man with his right hand, and the man went backwards into a brick wall. "Easy, Angus," growled a voice in back of him with a hint of laughter in it. Angus whirled, teeth bared. When he saw the bald head of the giant in front of him, he laughed harshly. "By the gods, Tandor! The Herarch did keep his promise then. We heard you missed killing the scum that lives in this palace by an inch. Tisk. The Herarch felt that with luck, Tal would be dead by now. He let me go, yes, as soon as he learned that you and the priestess were in the Black Pool." Angus bent and threw back the cowl of the scientist. There was a swelling lump in the back of his head. Angus said, "I thought you broke his skull when you hit him." He looked at the man stirring against the brick wall. "Sorry, friend. I thought you were footpad. Tandor told me you were fast." He wasn't lying. The man grinned ruefully, feeling his jaw. Tandor shouldered Angus aside and picked up the cowled man and led the way through the streets, the limp man's legs and arms dangling inertly. Tandor asked, "Where was he taking you?" "To a hidden globe ship. I'm supposed to find the Book of Nard. The Herarch is holding Moana as hostage for my success." Tandor whistled softly, eyes round. "He exchanged me for the girl. A smart man, the High Priest." The end. Thank you for listening.